Facebook knows that parents today, because they didn't experience these things, they never experienced this addictive experience with a piece of technology, they give their children bad advice. They say things like, why don't you just stop using it?
That is former Facebook employee Frances Haugen testifying in front of Congress earlier this week, talking about the social media giant's impact on kids' mental health.
We wanted to dig deeper into this issue, so we're joined this morning by the Director of Youth Outreach for Hazelden Betty Ford, Jessica Wong. Good morning.
Good morning, Ken and Emily.
Thanks for joining us. This is an important topic, I think, that is yet again in the spotlight here with the testimony we're seeing this week. What are we finding about how social media plays an impact in this role where it comes to mental health, in particular with teens and young children?
Yeah, in the last 15 years, we've seen a steady increase in the rise of anxiety rates and depression rates among young people. We've also seen an increase in suicidal ideation, body image issues, and other related mental health issues, a lot of which can be tied directly to the increase in access to social media sites like Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, we've heard obviously about Facebook and Instagram because of the testimony that we heard from Frances Haugen. But are there any other social media sites that have as much of a detrimental impact based upon who's on them? Because I know a lot of the younger people are on Instagram right now.
That's a great question. Yeah, every social media company employs behavioral psychologists whose job is to design the apps and the technology to sort of take advantage of the underdeveloped brains of our young people. So that includes TikTok and every other social media app that our young people may be using. And young people are particularly vulnerable because of the fact that their brain is not yet fully developed, which is why we're talking specifically about young people now.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. Earlier this week when we saw that major outage across Facebook and Instagram and its platforms, I found myself opening my phone several times throughout the day to open these apps and then realizing, oh yeah, it's still down. It's like second nature at this point for so many people. It's such a part of our day-to-day lives. So what can people do to try and, protect their mental health, to work on this when it has become such a huge part of so many people's world?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. The first thing I'd recommend is if you're feeling down, having a difficult day, or you're struggling with something, maybe that's not the best time to access social media. All you're going to do is see a distorted image of reality, and you're going to be comparing yourself and maybe struggling additionally if you expose yourself to that at that time. Another major thing that young people and families in general can do is to make sure that they keep the devices out of the bedroom at night. We need our sleep. Sleep will restore some of the negative effects of depression and anxiety. And so if we can at least make one commitment to remove our devices from our bedrooms at night, we'll see some improvement there. Continuing to look at access to those things and making sure that families are having ongoing conversations about the importance of safety and not using these applications on an ongoing basis and monitoring their use.
You know, if I'm a parent and I'm concerned about my teenagers' access to social media and how much they're on it, you know how teenagers are. Sometimes they don't want their parents involved in those kind of things. So if I'm a parent, I'm concerned about this, what can I do to help without alienating my teenager?
That's where it's difficult. That's where I think conversation is key. And to not say that all social media is bad and to say you can't ever use social media, it's really about the balance that we have with these applications and setting aside a certain amount of time each day to use those. And once we've hit that amount of time, no longer accessing it for that day. The ongoing communication is key. The thing as parents to remember is that sometimes kids have fake Instagram accounts or accounts on other social media platforms. So even if parents think that they're following their kids and keeping up to date with their activity, there could be a chance that there's other things happening behind the scenes that we don't know about.
Yeah, good thing to keep in mind. They are tough conversations, but very important to have. Jessica Wong, Youth Outreach Director at Hazelden Betty Ford, thanks for joining us this morning.
Absolutely. Thank you both.
And we will post this interview on the AM Extra section on KOIN.com.
Good resources there. Okay, 7:18, want to switch gears and take a look at that forecast. Meteorologist Kelly Bayern is tracking some fog.